Just a minute, sir. Let the recording starts, sir. Please, sir. A very warm good morning to all the participants. Welcome you all for the second day, third session. We have with us Ananda Sivaraj sir from AICTE Indovation Center. On behalf of the Murugappa Polytechnic College and on behalf of the Department of Mechanical Engineering, I am having great pleasure in welcoming Ananda Sivaraj sir for today's session. Today, sir is going to deliver a session on IP and technology transfer. So, I would like to introduce sir to the participant. Sir completed his BTech in Industrial Biotechnology from Kalasalingam College of Engineering and completed his postgraduate diploma in Marketing and Finance. Sir has over 15 years of experience in various fields of marketing, finance, and other areas. The SAR's skill sets are business analysis, financial analysis, and business plan writing. SAR was the international marketing executive for Katima Group of companies for 1.5 years. And then he moved to High-Tech Mineral Industries Powai Private Limited as executive project sales. He spent another 1 year there. And then he was the marketing manager at Ashoka Allies. And then he is a marketing executive at Kalasalingam University, followed by business manager and EU center under the city for another around 5 years of tenure at Ananda University as business manager in EU center. And then he was the senior incubation manager at IIT Madras Bio Incubator for another 1 year. And he was the assistant manager incubation at SSN iPhone for 1 year. And presently, sir is at Ministry of Education's Innovation Cell at AICTE Southern Region Office as a Indovation Center. Now it is called as AICTE Indovation Center. Sir is now as the manager IP Technology and Transfer at AICTE Innovation Center as a Minister of Education's Innovation Cell. Sir is having a vast experience in the IP and the technology transfer area. On behalf of the Murugappa Polytechnic College and on behalf of the department, I welcome sir for today's session. Thank you, sir. Thank you for joining with us today. I request you to take over the session, sir. Thank you, sir.
Thank you. Thanks a lot for the warm introduction. Let me begin the session. So today I'll be discussing about the basics of IP and technology transfer. Is my screen visible?
Yes, sir. Visible, sir.
Okay. Is it in presentation mode?
No, sir. The entire screen is visible, sir. The presentation is not.
Now is it okay?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Now it's okay, sir.
Okay. So good morning, everyone. So I'm Ananda Sivaraj. I'm work as a manager for IP and TT at AICTE Indovation Center here at Chennai. So today I'll be discussing some of the basics related to IP and technology transfer. So for the last 6 to 8 months, I have been conducting several workshops related to commercializing technology, sensitizing various university professors and college professors, making them understand what this technology commercialization is and its importance. So in this line, I would like to take some highlight some of the views in IP and technology commercialization when it comes to taking academic research to the industry. So it is more important to take the research from the academic side to the industry. So, for example, the amount of expenditure that is being spent by the industry in research is considerable minimal amount when compared with other developed nations like US and all. There, the amount of investment that is going into R&D by the industry players, it has gone multiple times actually. To thrice it has gone in the last decade. Whereas if you consider our country, it has not improved a lot when it comes to private investment in R&D. So government is the only or the key player encouraging research. So through giving grants to the academic researchers, they are motivating and coming up with encouraging research at academic institutions and coming up and encouraging new technologies to come into the market. So that is the objective of the government, as well as that should be the objective for the academic institutions also, to take the research forward and to commercialize whatever inventions they are working on it on the lab level. So with this brief introduction, let me go and discuss some of the fundamentals related to technology commercialization. So these are some of the fundamentals that researchers should understand. They should be clearly able to understand the difference between what an invention is and how it is different from innovation. So innovation is something beyond inventing something. Taking an idea or a prototype or a product into market, that is a huge challenge. So from lab to market is a great challenges awaiting for the researchers, as well as you have to understand the difference between the invention and the innovation, and there is something that needs to be worked out beyond inventing something at lab level. So that involves multiple risks that you need to understand and tackle those risks, face those risks, and successfully launch the product into the market. So bringing the invention successful to the market is all about innovating something. So that is the basic difference between an invention and an innovation. So coming to patent and commercialization, am I audible? Is it clear, right? My voice is clear, right?
Yes, sir. Clear, sir.
Yeah.
Yes,
So
sir.
you can stop me anywhere if you're not able to understand, or if you have any queries related to whatever I discuss. You please feel free to stop me anywhere. So coming to patent and commercialization, getting a granted patent will never ensure commercialization. No, I have discussed with some of the researchers having granted patent, and what they say is some of the researchers, they were not able to clearly state what the intention of the patent is, or what is the problem that the technology or the patent application is solving for the particular customer segment. So that they were not clear. So the commercialization aspect is not at all clear with the researchers at their academic level. So ensuring a patent or a granting a patent doesn't ensure commercialization. There is something you need to work on, the patent application or the technology as such, and you need to really understand the customer expectations, or what the problem that it intends to solve to the particular customer. That needs to be clearly worked out. Only then a patent can be successfully commercialized. So that needs to be that understanding needs to be there from further researchers. And coming to the discussion of liability and asset. So how many of you feel that patent, a granted patent, is an asset? What's your opinion? Anyone can answer? What's your take on a patent, a granted patent, whether it is an asset or a liability for institution or an individual researcher, whether it is considered as an asset or a liability? I have a granted patent with me. I have worked for several years, maybe for 5 or 7 years. I've worked on the continuous research, and I have granted. I got a granted patent for this, for the technology that I have worked out. Do you feel it is an asset uh, for the institution or for the researcher, or it is a liability?
For innovators, sir, happy morning, sir. I am Dr. Parthiban.
Yeah.
For the innovators, it will be the asset. For even documentation purpose, it will be the liability. Even we need to convert or commercialization is those who are getting the patent grant. That time only it will be no asset. Otherwise, it will be the
granted. I'm talking about granted patent. Assume that patent is granted. Okay, you have a granted patent with you. Whether it is an asset or a liability to you.
If I haven't grant,
you are the researcher.
Yeah, it will be my asset, sir.
Okay, you feel it is an asset. How many of you, anyone feel it is it a liability? How many of you feel asset, or any opinion from your side? I feel a granted patent is a liability for the researcher. Can anyone say how it is? Does anyone have a granted patent with them? Okay, I will say. See, I'm the researcher and I have worked for several years, granted an application for a particular technology. And I'm supposed to pay the fee to make it active. I have to pay every year. I need to pay a certain fee to make it as an active patent application. So that is a liability for me. I need to pay each and every year to keep it live to the patent office. So it becomes a liability. So unless and otherwise you commercialize your patent application for the technology you have, it will not become an asset. So that's the reason. You need to commercialize whatever patent application you have. You should try to commercialize it. You should try to find some of the application for your technology, and you have to try to commercialize the patent application. Unless otherwise, it will remain as a liability to you. So that is the point I wanted to highlight. And startup versus technology transfer. So you have a technology, and basically there are two different routes, two different broad routes to commercialize a particular technology. Technology commercialization happens in these two routes. One can be startup. You can take the technology ahead by forming a company, and you can directly reach to the customer and commercialize the product. That is one way. The other way is technology transfer. You can identify a partner, an industrial partner, or it can be a startup also. It can be an MSME, or it can be an individual proprietor who wants to acquire this technology and take it forward as a company and reach it to the end user. So that is another route, that is technology transfer. So these are all some of the basic fundamentals you need to be aware about when it comes to technology commercialization. Any queries, you please stop me anywhere. So this particular slide gives the entire picture or entire life cycle of a startup. So it all starts from an idea, travels through prototype stage development. Then it goes through a very, very crucial, important aspect is the customer discovery journey. So most of the startups or a researcher will skip this process, actually, the customer discovery. Then it goes to MVP. Then the business model they will arrive at a strong business model, and then they scale it and establish a company. So this is a general life cycle of a startup. So it starts from a research lab, enter into pre-incubation stage, then into an incubator, then start a company, and then it goes on like that. So this is the lab to market space is from actually from research lab to the pre-incubation stage. Whereas in the incubation, you establish a company and that you will be moving closer to the market. So it all starts with an idea. Then a prototype is you do build a prototype. Then you go to an MVP, and before that there is a step called customer discovery. You go and talk to your customer, understand what is their need, and you pivot. You change whatever feedback that you are getting from your customers regarding the prototype that you have developed at lab, and incorporate those changes according to the needs of your customer and build a strong MVP. Then you go ahead with establishing a business model. Then you go ahead with forming a company. So this is the steps that any startup used to follow. And in most of the cases, you need to pivot and iterate, to take your business ahead to the closer to the market. So one stage is between the prototype development and MVP that I was telling about, the customer discovery journey. The other stage is from MVP to scaling up. You should have a clear business model. I'm not going to discuss detail about the business model. You can go through, it is available. There are 9 different blocks, will be clearly explained. The customer segment, value proposition, key players, customer relationship, cost structure, revenue model. So these are all some of the blocks in a business model that you need to take care before scaling up further your business. So this should be aware, not just only for startup, even for technology transfer intention also. You should be aware about the life cycle of a startup. So that's why I discussed this in the technology transfer session. So this is also a very crucial aspect of commercializing any of the technologies. So particularly in India, if you see, government is one of the major body which is spending a lot when it comes to academic research. So they are giving grants, be it Nidhi Prayas from DST or even Startup TN they have at the state level, and METI is there, DBT Bayrak is there. So these are all some of the funding agencies which are funding research for the academic researchers and taking their journey ahead. So what happens? So government is continuously pulling and putting a lot of grants into academic institutions, researchers, and they are coming and developing a new product or new technologies. They're working on it, and it needs to be converted into a product or a company in order to generate profit for the company, for the government. How do the government will get benefited? Through GST and other taxes they get profit, they get revenue out of this initiative. So this entire cycle needs to be continue. There should not be any break. But what is happening is the R&D or the new technologies that is being generated by the researchers at academic institution level, that is not being converted into products or companies. So this is a major challenge. So this needs to be addressed at the earliest so that government will also get benefited and they will get more revenue to fund further research. So that is otherwise what happens. There will be a sort of funds to encourage further research from academic institutions. So as said earlier, most of the inventions should come from academic institutions or academic research based institutions like I see there are several central government research academic institutions. There are research agencies are there, and apart from this, the academic institutions. So those institutions are a major player in in creating new companies or new products for the society. So that's why it is very crucial to address this translating this the new technologies to companies or products. So that is very crucial, and that's why government is taking a lot of efforts in promoting technology transfer, to the industry, from academic institution to the industry. So this is very crucial to understand as a researcher. So coming to the topics that I would like to discuss, related to technology transfer. When it is technology transfer, it is majorly patent applications. Since technology is involved in patents, and we are trying to transfer the technology to the industry, it is only the patents that we are going to discuss in this session. And generally, if you say property, there are two different types of property. One is tangible and other is intangible property. So tangible property, we are much familiar about it. So when I say property, the immediately it comes about the real estate property, right? That is the one it comes to our mind. So apart from that, there are whatever the gold is a property, physical and tangible property, and whatever we have as an asset, the car, the bikes, two-wheeler, whatever we have, it is a tangible property, realizable, it is seen. When it comes to intangible property, these are the creations of the mind. So generally, it can be inventions, literary or artistic work. It can be a symbols or a names that specifically caters to trademark segment, and it can be images and designs used in commerce. So these refers to the intellectual property. So whatever is the creations of mind, it refers to intellectual property. So as said, there are different types of property, intellectual property rights. One is patent application, trademark, industrial design, copyright, geographical indication, plant variety, trade secret, and patents. So these are all different types of intellectual property available, and we are going to discuss in detail about the patent application, which is of our interest. So as said earlier, we need to clearly understand the difference between an invention and innovation. So as per the Patent Act of 1970, it has a clear definition for invention. So what an invention is, it means a new product or a process involving an inventive step and capable of industrial application. So the patent office expect as to be that the technology should have at least a single inventive step. There should be an inventive step involved, as well as it should have an application or a use case should be there. So unless otherwise, these two aspects is not there in whatever technology or whatever application that you are submitting, the patent office will reject stating that it is not inventive. So that is very crucial. So that's why it is important to understand the definition for invention, what an invention is. So it should have an inventive step, at the same time an industrial application. Very simple. So what are patents? So patent is a legal document. It is an exclusive legal rights given to any person. Generally, it is a researcher from academic institutions or industry. Mostly industries do patent applications, and it prevent any third party from making or manufacturing or using or legally trading or offering to sale or importing, distributing. It prevents any third party from doing these activities. So that is the type of protection the legal document offers to any of the inventor. So generally, it is referred as a negative right, because it prevents, since it is preventing any third party from copying your invention or from selling whatever technology that you have. So that's why it is called negative right. So these are patent applications. So generally, it is given for a period of 20 years from the date of filing, and generally one patent application is given for one particular application. If there are multiple inventions involved, generally the patent office will advise you to go for patent of addition, or you can file a separate application. And rights are territorial. So it is with Indian, if you have filed an application with the Indian Patent Office, it is restricted to within Indian geography. You cannot claim the right in Malaysia or USA. So that's why it is called rights are territorial in nature. And I would like to discuss some of the 3 important patentability criteria for any of the inventions in India. That is, one thing is novelty, second is inventive step, and third is industrial application. So coming to novelty, what is novel? So newness, means invention must not be published in India or elsewhere, or it should not be available in public knowledge or prior public use within India, or it should not be claimed before in any specification in India. So this is the definition clearly defined by Indian Patent Office, stating the definition for novelty. So what novelty is? It is nothing but newness. It should be new to the Patent Office. So what is new to the according to the Patent Office is it should not be published anywhere in India, or elsewhere also, and it should not be available in public domain. When you go for a prior art search, initially the Patent Office go for a prior art search when you submit an application. So there they will come to know whether this invention or whatever you claim, whether it is new or it is already available. So it should be new. So, and the definition for new is, these are the 3 points that you need to be very careful. Second point is inventive step. So what an inventive step is? It involves technical advancement. So inventive step is nothing but it should be very advanced when compared with the existing technology or the existing knowledge already available in the particular segment, and it should have an economical significance or both. No, it should be either technical advancement or economical significance or both, and makes the invention non-obvious to a person skilled in the art. So this is also very important. Coming to non-obvious reason, the Patent Office have rejected many of the applications, stating that it is very obvious for a person skilled in the art. That will be the reason when giving a rejection to your patent application. So what does it mean? They have domain expertise. In the Patent Office, they have multiple domain experts, and the application goes to the domain expert, seeking their opinion. So what is this? According to your skill set in the particular domain. So if they found it very obvious, for a person skilled in the art, the skill in the art refers to the domain expert already placed in the Patent Office. If that person feels that it is very obvious, then the patent application will be rejected. So it should be very inventive and novelty for your patent application to get granted. And the third important criteria is you should find any use case should be there. So whatever thing you are claiming through your patent application, it should definitely have some industrial application. So what does mean? It should be being used or being made or used in any kind of industry. So that is what industrial application means. So it is nothing but generally you should have some use case for your technology or whatever you claim through your patent application. So 3 simple criteria, which is very easy to understand, which is novelty, inventive step, and industrial application. So these are the primary criteria expected by Patent Office in India for any patent application to be get granted. So coming to the importance of patents, as already discussed, it prevents any unauthorized use by any third party. It gives competitive advantage to your company as well as for the researcher also. Many of the researchers, it gives a pride for the institution as well as for the researchers getting a granted patent application. When it comes to company, it gives competitive advantage. Say, for example, there are many patented technologies available. Say, for example, Mahindra and Mahindra, they have a lot of technologies, and that is making in e-vehicle specifically. They have filed a lot of applications in the recent years when it comes to e-mobility, and that is giving competitive advantage to them. For the next 20 years, anyone cannot copy or come up with similar technologies. So what happens in the next 10 to 15 years or 20 years, maybe they'll get a competitive advantage over the competitors in the e-mobility space. So that is the kind of advantage that patent application will give to a particular company as well. So it helps in generating profits, through licensing or assignment. So if any of the researcher is not interested in registering a company and taking it forward as a startup, they may go for licensing or signing an assignment agreement with any of the licensor or potential partner. So that is another way to generate profit for the researchers as well as for the institution. It increases customer confidence as well, right? If it is a patented technology, I'll be happy to buy that particular technology, stating that believing that it is reliable technology, right? So it increases customer confidence. It increases, it boosts in employee motivation also. It helps in attracting further venture funds to get further funding. Also, it helps. Patent application will help, and also it helps in entering a new market. You can file a patent application in that particular jurisdiction, particular geographic area, and you can enter and get an advantage over other competitors. So these are all some of the importance of filing a patent application. Coming to technology transfer, as the word says, it is very simple. Technology is getting transferred from the developer to a receiver. So there is a technology developer is there. At the other end, there is a technology receiver, and through an agreement, you sign an agreement between these two, and the intangible assets are transferred from the technology developer to the technology receiving party. So the existing knowledge, know-how, or an intangible assets can be transferred or exploited through a means of agreements to facilitate diffusion of innovation and expand market opportunities. This is the simple definition for technology transfer. So the intangible assets are transferred from one party to the other party for the betterment of the society and expand market opportunities. So the research outcomes are transferred to the industry. The industries are the potential partner. So there is a technology developer, there is a technology seeker. Ultimately, the technology is going to benefit the individual customer. And in between the facilitators, that is the role of the Indovation, AICTE Innovation Centers that we are exactly playing. We are facilitating the researchers and the academic institutions, helping them identify good technologies and transferring these technologies to the right industry partners. So exactly, we are functioning like a technology transfer officers. Some of you might have come to know about these technology transfer officers at premier institutions. Like IIT Madras have a beautiful technology transfer officers, very active in transferring the technologies. They transfer at least one or two in a particular month. So that is the level of the work they are doing at the technology transfer office at IIT Madras. So this is what we are trying to do exactly for all the academic researchers based at all the higher education institutions based in Tamil Nadu and Pondicherry. We are going to facilitate the technology transfer processes, right? So whatever queries or whatever support when with respect to transferring your technology or commercializing your technology, you can feel free to reach us. So coming to the process, it starts with invention. From academic researcher is inventing something. There is an invention disclosure form, which is very crucial to collect information. So this is what exactly the technology transfer offices do and practice in order to collect information related to a particular technology. So they generally meet and interact with the researcher and collect these information. So the primary is they give an invention disclosure form. It is called IDF. So through that invention disclosure form, they get to know and collect the preliminary information with respect to the invention. So what that professor is doing, what is the domain that he's working on, what is that particular technology, what is the problem that he is solving, how different it is from the existing solutions, what exactly is the technology, whether it is market relevant technology, what is the cost involved in it, and these are some of the aspects asked in that invention disclosure form, which the researcher should be able to answer the TTO office. Then it goes to assessment. The technology transfer officers, what they do is they will assess the technology. It can be a technology readiness level assessment, or it can be a maturity level when it comes to market acceptance. So manufacturing readiness level is also assessed, and these are some of the parameters that technology transfer officers used to assess. I'll talk about some of the parameters which we use to assess the technologies that we are getting from academic institutions. And they go for protection. If it is not protected through a patent application, they suggest and they try to facilitate the patent application also. So we have a beautiful scheme called Kapila. I hope most of the institutions is availing and getting this benefit. Through this Kapila scheme, you'll get a reimbursement for the filing fee and the request for examination fee. So that is also we are facilitating the process. Then we market it, making a tech brief and facilitate the licensing process. And the financial return comes back to the inventor as well as to the research or academic institutions. So this is the entire process of technology transfer process. I hope this is clear. So why do we do? There are multiple reasons and multiple benefits for doing a technology transfer. So ultimately, it helps in getting new technologies for the customers or the end users. New products and services are the outcome of this technology transfer. New companies are generated, thereby new jobs are generated, and it encourages public and private partnership also. So through this technology transfer, the private party or the industrial partner will industry partner, he'll be investing further to work on the technology that he's acquiring from the researcher. So thereby it encourages private investments also. So that is also very crucial for the development of the country. So it enhances the institution mission. Say for example, I'm talking about IIT Madras only because they're making a lot of technology transfer. It is not like not just IIT Madras or any premier institutions. There are tier 2 and three institutions also actively involved in startup and technology transfer. Technology transfer, it is quite picking up, whereas startups, it is quite matured when it comes to our particular state. Many of the institutions are very active in creating most faculty startups and as well as student startup. So that ultimately increases the institution mission as well. So it delivers solution opportunity for the society. It serves the interest of the inventors also, giving them financial return. Now, apart from their own improvement in the CV also, they can put, right. It is an achievement. It is considered as an achievement when a researcher is transferring the technology, whatever he or she has developed, into an industry. And it stimulates innovation spirit in the campus ultimately. So these are all some of the reasons and benefits why we do technology transfer. And this to happen, generally the technology transfer to happen, it should be an applied research. Generally, the industries focus on the pursuing an applied research. They address a very specific problem. They take a very specific problem, work on it, and come up with a solution. If it is not working, they will drop it. But whereas when it comes to academic institutions research, generally we do a basic research. We start from generating what is the reason of this particular problem, and we start doing the basic research, and we do not take it forward in commercializing that research. So that needs to be taken care, similar to applied research of what industries are doing. And basic research, it is what generally the researchers at academic institutions they do. Some of the basic research pointers I have included here. Studies searching for the causes of cancer, why bacteria acquires resistance to antibiotics. These are all some of the basic research that generally academicians do, and it should go beyond academic research or beyond basic research, and to address specific problem and to come up with the specific solutions. Only then the technology transfer will happen from academic research institutions. So applied research, it gives multiple benefits. It helps you to solve a specific problem from an objective. It addresses a specific problem and come up with a solution. So that is one of the advantage that applied researchers have. Generally, the industries, that's why taking they start with the problem. They identify a problem and they work on what are the solutions can be worked out for the particular problem, and they come up with a solution. So that's why the research carried out at industry level are mostly successful, I would say. And academic researchers should also think in that terms of working and identifying a particular problem from the industry, try to come up with a particular solution, and again giving it back to the industry to solve the particular problem. So that should be the goal of pursuing an applied research. So this I have already discussed. So it is fundamental in nature, whereas industrial research it focuses on product development or process improvement. Thereby, so that their thinking is product oriented process outcome should be there. Some tangible outcome should be there by pursuing research. Whereas in academic research, we do not focus that. Ultimately, we focus on creating paper or journals or patent application to some extent. But we do not focus on creating a product out of it or improving a process out of the technology that we develop. So that is the one we are lacking, and we need to work on that particular aspect in order to have a successful technology commercialization. So this is also very important to understand that technology readiness level. It is readily available. It is some of the technologies that we have collected through this intellectual property and technology transfer workshop that was conducted in Chennai and Coimbatore. We have got quite good technologies which are at TRL 4. Some of the technologies are TRL 5 also. So the researcher should be able to understand what is the stage of their research. So 1, 2, 3 TRL level, it is all about the basic research that one's carrying out at the lab level. Then it processes to a development stage at 4, 5, 6, where it starts from technology validation in the lab level to technology demonstration in the relevant environment. And beyond 6, from 7, 8, 9, it takes to development stage where you identify an industry partner and work on scale. Whether this particular technology that is being developed at the lab level, whether this will work exactly at when I am scaling up. So that is also crucial. The industry partner will be very eager to understand the technology readiness level, which is going beyond TRL 6. How it is working when you scale up from 50 liters a day to 5 lakh liters a day. Whether I need to change all the parameters or whether the parameters will be remain same when I produce it 50 liter as well as for the 5 lakh liters per day. So that is very important. That should be taken care when you scale up your technology. So the industry player will be very much interested. So that's why it is crucial to understand the TRL level for the researchers. So basically, it is research stage, development stage, and deployment stage. So I have given some of the examples where academic institutions are trying to work on the research and identifying an industry partner. This is one particular example of beta-glucan. Now they have got several grant from BIRAC, and they are now moving into they identify an industry partner, and industry partner is ready to set up a plant at Ranipet. This is an immunity booster. It is added. It's like a food supplement for the poultry and shrimp industry. Another example is the edible coating of fruits. This is also they are trying to work on this particular technology, and they're right now identifying the industry partner for manufacturing this particular solution, which helps to improve the shelf life of the fruits. So if you consider these two these two successful technology transfer, the problem is it is realistic. They have identified the problem faced by the industry, which is very relevant, which is very visible, and they have come up with the solution. So if the problem is not at all relevant to the industry, then the industry will face, they will not easily accept whatever technology that you are trying to sell them. So that's why the problem should be very relevant to the industry. And these two cases are very good examples where they have identified the right problem for the right industry and delivering the right solution to the particular industry. So that's why a successful technology transfer happened in these two cases. So coming to the challenges, there are multiple challenges in taking the research from lab to market. And one of the primary challenges is the mindset of the researchers. So mindset of the researcher needs to change from pursuing a basic research to applied research. So always begin with end in mind. So that should be the goal. So if you have that mindset of creating some product or improving the existing process, or a method of manufacturing in a cost effective way, or a sustainable way, that should be the goal. If that is the goal, it can be easily taken from lab to the market. So that mindset of the researcher should change initially, and the problems that they address should have a societal relevance. If it is totally disconnected from the social problems, the technology transfer may not happen effectively. So finding people for the right technology commercialization also very it's a challenging thing that we as a AICTE Innovation Center are trying to facilitate, identifying the right industry partner. Even yesterday we had a discussion with Forge and Startup TN regarding identifying a potential industry partner to take these technologies, whatever I have identified, and trying to match with the industry need. So that we are going to facilitate them. So mostly these challenges being addressed now by AICTE Innovation Center, as well as some of the technology transfer offices. They are addressing this challenge of taking this research to the industry, identifying the right industry partner, and finding the money is also a challenge to some extent, I would say, because nowadays finding the money has become little easy, because there are a lot of investors available. Even a private agency have come up with Startup Singham also, right? There is a startup reality show where people are ready with money, and they are ready to put money and take returns. The problem is with the idea and the technology that we have, which is very relevant for the society. That should be there. If that happens, I was talking about this skipping this customer discovery journey in the startup cycle that I was discussing earlier. If that is done very seriously, most of your job is done in creating a successful technology. So I was discussing about the invention disclosure form. So generally, these are the things that we ask in any of the invention disclosure form. We'll ask about the problem, who cares for the problem, what is the solution that the technology developer is trying to come up. So what are the existing solutions available? This should also be readily available with the investor, with the inventor or the researcher. So you should not be blindly start working on some solution, without knowing or aware about the other existing solutions already available in the market. So that is also very crucial. Coming to the competitive matrix, you should be able to clearly identify the features which differentiate her or his technology from others. This is also very crucial when you go for any investment rising or startup pitch to any of the investors. That is also very important. And potential use cases. There may be different use cases for the particular technology that you have developed. So you have to identify what are the different use cases available. For example, if you have multiple use cases, your market size may expand, and based on the market size of the particular use case, you can start define your particular technology to the industry people. So that is also very crucial. And value proposition is one of the key aspect in any business model a startup should think, or any investor or any researcher or inventor should think on. Matching the customer segment with the value proposition is very crucial in framing a business model. So it talks about the benefits that you offer to the end user or to the customer. And the researcher should also be aware about the risk involved. Now it can be scale up risk, multiple risks are involved. When you develop a particular technology from lab to market, there are multiple risks involved in this. So you need to be aware about the risk involved, and you should have a strategy, how to tackle and face these risks ahead, and taking your technology successful to the market. So that needs to be a clear clarity should be there with the researcher. Coming to the market size and the target market is also very important, because based on the market size only, your industry partner will be showing interest. If it is a small market size of say 1 crore or 5 crore market size is there, they may not show much interest. No? That is also very important, which defines the acquisition criteria from the industry side. And the target market also, we should be very clear. What is the SOM of the particular technology that you're going to develop. Here, do I have time, Satyanathan?
Sir?
Do I have any time? Maybe 20 minutes?
Yes, sir. The scheduled time is before 12:30, sir. No issues.
Okay. Any doubts or clarification from anyone?
Dear participants, if you have any doubts,
you can please stop me. Otherwise, we can have it at the end also. Please note down whatever you want to ask me, or any clarification we can discuss in the last 15 minutes. Maybe from 12:15 to 12:30 we'll have a Q&A session, right?
Okay, thank you, sir.
Yeah. So this is the Cornell experience. I would like to just give a hint on how this technology transfer happened from academic institutions, right? So out of the 3,000 from the last 20 years experience they have been sharing, out of the 3,000 invention disclosure they have received in the last 20 years, only 750 were licensed. So it is 25%, right? So when it comes to Indian scenario, it may be even lesser. No? We don't know. So how to identify that the top 25% that can be taken to the industry partner? So the important criteria, the essential evaluation criteria can be: one is inventiveness, the meaningful IP, and the market relevance. These three things should be definitely there in any of the invention disclosure or the technology. So the technology should be inventive. So it should be very unique, and it should offer certain advantage to the end user. It can be a faster method of doing, or it can be environmentally safer method, or it can be a quick method of solving a particular problem, or it can be more accurate, a method of diagnosing a particular disease in a quicker time. That can be some of the advantages or the benefits that can be addressed. So you have to be very clear in defining the value proposition or the benefits that you're going to offer to a customer segment. It can be faster, more accurate, cheaper. These are some of the advantages or the benefits that you can offer to your end user. So first thing, it should be inventive. That meaning it should be unique. At the same time, it should offer certain advantage to the end user, and it should have a meaningful IP. So generally, we are talking about technology. It is patent application. So patent is preferred, and it should be feasible and cost effective. You should have been filed a patent application before negotiating your technology ahead with an industry player. At the same time, we should have a market relevance. It is very, very important. We should be very clear about the market size, the customer segment that you are targeting, what is the unique benefit you are going to offer. You should be very clear about one particular market. Take one application one particular market and one solution to the particular market. It should be very clear. Inventiveness is relevant to at least one market application. That clarity should be there with the researcher. So these are all the primary evaluation parameter that we look into in any of the technologies that we get from academic institutions. So it should be inventive. It should have a meaningful IP, and at the same time, should have a relevant market. Invention disclosure. These are all some of the cases of rejection by the corner university. And if these are all taken care, the inventiveness, the meaningful IP, and the market relevance are there. It is mostly taken care, and it will be lesser rejections will be there from the side of the technology transfer officers. So I would like to talk about one particular case rejection where it is very important to get customer feedback. It talks about the importance of customer feedback, where the case study is novel chicken-based food product. Reason for rejection is all criteria were positive. So it was inventive. It has a meaningful IP. At the same time, it was markedly relevant was there. There was a huge demand for chicken-based food product in the United States. But what went wrong was the taste. Some of the customer felt that it was not good in taste. Most of the customers felt that it doesn't taste good. So that is the reason why a customer discovery is a process needs to be done for any of the technology that you develop in lab. That you need to go and ask feedback from the relevant customer segment, the relevant target audience, get their opinions and feedback, try to incorporate and improve your prototype further, and come up with an improved MVP, and that can be later scaled up and gone into a particular startup. So this is very important. That's why I highlighted particularly this case study. So evaluation of technology, generally these are the pointers, these are the weightage given to these parameters when it comes to evaluating a technology. So what is the current status of the technology? Whether it is TRL3 or TRL6 or TRL9. So based on the improvement or the current status of the technology, a certain weightage is given to the technology. And what about its convincing value proposition? What are the uniqueness and advantages it has when we talk about the particular technology or it offers to the end user? That is also more important, and it is being given 15% weightage when we evaluate a particular technology. And what are the risk barriers associated with the technology? So lesser the risk, more will be the weightage. So that is very important. And strength of the patent, whether it is granted in particular jurisdiction and whether it is granted in the region where there is a market for the particular technology or for the particular product. That is also equally essential parameter for evaluating a technology. Coming to the market potential, market size, whether the market is ready to accept. These are some of the criteria being taken care when we evaluate a particular technology. And what about the competition? Whether we are, even if it is patented technology, whether there is competition in terms of product offerings through other products. It can a solution can be solved, a problem can be solved. So that is also equally important when it comes to competition in the market. So these are all some of the evaluation parameter that we see when evaluating a technology. So why I am discussing this is, as an inventor, you should be aware about the aspects that are generally considered in evaluating a technology for technology transfer, so that you can work on these particular aspects and improve your technology, or you can be prepared for the technology transfer process as whole. So that is the ultimate objective of discussing this evaluation criteria in front of the researchers. So coming to the MOE AICTE Investor Network, I hope mostly you are aware about the recently concluded Udyamotsav event, Udyamotsav 2025. It happened on January 16th, where we invited investors from the particular region and connected those investors with with the researchers. So researchers at the academic institution got an excellent opportunity to discuss their technology or their startup idea with the investors, and they got very good feedback from them from this initiative. So we have close to around 120 investors in this network who are ready to look at inventions or technology from the academic institutions, and they are ready to invest and take their inventions ahead. So this is an excellent opportunity that we have created for all the academic institutions across the country through these AICTE innovation centers. So what we are exactly doing through this network is we are connecting investors with inventive minds in HEIs, and we are thereby encouraging private investment and helping for the Viksit Bharat initiative of Developed India 2047. So coming to the Kapila scheme, I hope mostly you are aware about this scheme. So right now the application is open. So the deadline is 20th February for this particular phase 4, and where academic institutions can submit based on the recommendations of the committee, you can submit application for the reimbursement of filing fee as well as request for examination fee. An amount of 5,600 in total will be given per application, and the maximum of 5,60,000 will be reimbursed for a particular institution. So I hope you are aware about this scheme, and most of you would have registered for the Kapila scheme as well in order to get the benefit of reimbursement for the filing and patent application in India. So as said, it is 1,600 for filing fee and 4,000 for examination fee. So it comes to 5,600 and 5,60,000 for a maximum application of 100 per institute, right? So eligibility criteria, so applications filed on or after 1st of April 2023 onwards, they are eligible for getting this reimbursement. So you should submit the 12-digit application number, matching the receipts should be provided, and the Kapila committee should be approved from the head of the institute. A document needs to be submitted, and the 5-member committee will recommend these are the applications that can go through this Kapila scheme for reimbursement. Very simple, and in case of any queries related to Kapila also, you can feel free to reach us, the AICTE Innovation Center. So we are based at Chennai, and we'll be catering to the institutions based in Tamil Nadu and Pondicherry. Right. So for further queries related to Kapila scheme, you can always visit this kapila.mac.gov.in, right? So that's all I wanted to discuss. So right now you can, if you have any queries, you can please ask. So I have stopped sharing my presentation. So any queries, any opinions with respect to commercializing your technology or startup, you can feel free to reach, ask.
Sir, good afternoon, sir.
Yeah, good afternoon, sir.
Sir, I'm Dr. Premraj from Gojan School of Business and Technology, Chennai, sir.
Yes, sir.
Sir, is there any online procedure to file a patent?
Online procedure?
Yes, sir.
No, there is no online procedure available for filing a patent.
Okay, sir.
No, generally it is done through a patent attorney, where you need to there are different forms available for filing. So those forms needs to be filled and it should be submitted.
So if the forms will be downloaded through online, or I have to get it through
No.
physical?
No, online, it is done through online only. Online submission only it is done.
Okay, sir.
But since you don't have any experience of drafting application, it is initially suggested to file your application through a patent agent. So they'll be having experience in drafting the application also. Since you may not be aware, if you are aware about it, you can go for online submission also.
Because nowadays, sir, the agents are asking so much of money, sir. That's why, sir.
Yeah, that's why there are schemes available from the patent office also.
Okay, sir.
In order to encourage patent application. Right, for example, this SIPP scheme is there. So
Okay,
if you are a registered startup or MSME,
okay, sir.
you can file and get reimbursed. Whatever expenditure is there, they will get reimbursed. They will not ask any money from your side, and they will get reimbursed from the Government of India, Patent Office. So that is there. That option is there. And IPFC is another option where this MSMEs, if you are a registered MSME, this Intellectual Property Facilitation Center is there. So they are ready to support in filing patent application. If you are willing, I can connect you with the IPFC in Chennai to facilitate your filing process. That I can do.
Okay, thank you.
Dear participants, if you have any query or clarification required from the expert, you can unmute your mic. You can ask the question. Sir is available to take up your questions. If you have any query or clarification required, kindly unmute your mic and pose your questions.
Sir, good afternoon, sir. This is Thiruvengadam from K.S. Rangasamy College of Technology, Tiruchengodu,
Good
sir.
afternoon, sir. Good afternoon, sir. Good afternoon, sir. Good afternoon, sir. How are you?
Yes, sir. Fine, sir. Fine, sir. Thank you so much, sir. Sir, actually,
Yes, good afternoon.
your session is very informative, and you have given a lot of input, sir. My question is, suppose transferring a technology without attending is possible, or like prototype level, can we able to transfer the technology, sir? Is it possible, or investor is ready to accept our prototype model?
Generally, technology transfer happens beyond TRL 6 only. So the level of maturity of your technology should be beyond 6. Then the industry
Yeah.
partner will be to show interest. They will be interested in acquiring your particular technology.
Okay, okay, sir.
But when it comes to identifying a partner in improving your TRL level, if some of the investors are ready and handhold your with you and improve your technology, taking it from lab to taking it from TRL 3, 4, 5. If he is ready and interested, you can anyway partner with them. But for an effective and successful technology transfer, it happens only beyond 6 stage.
Beyond
Even
6,
even some of the industry partners, they'll be expecting TRL 7 or 8. Only then they'll be expecting at that level. They want that technology to be working at the production scale, large scale level. Then they will be interested. Yes. So it all depends on the interest of the industry partner that you have.
Okay, sir. But patent is not mandatory, no, sir?
It is advisable to patent your application, patent your technology initially before you negotiate or before you disclose anything with the other party. If it is a trade secret, you have formulation like Coca-Cola, that you don't want to disclose it to the patent office. Then you can go ahead, trade secret. You can in that case, generally you may not transfer the technology. You will go and manufacture by yourself. Since it is kept as a secret, you may not reveal it even to the patent office. For the patent office, if you want your technology to get patented, you need to disclose your information.
Yes,
to the
sir.
patent
Yes, sir.
office, right?
Yes, sir.
In trade secret, what happens? You will not, no need. You will not disclose even to your known circle, even to your colleague. It may not be known to them.
Yes, sir.
Right?
The
It will
problem
be kept like a trade secret. That's why it's called secret. So it is kept as a secret, and from that formulation will be used to generate a business model out of it.
Okay. Fine,
So
sir.
generally, it is advisable for going for a patent application before you disclosing with the industry partner. There are multiple schemes available to promote and file patent application in India.
Okay, sir. Fine, sir. Thank you so much, sir. Thank you, sir.
Thank you. Thank you.
Any questions?
Any more questions, or we can end?
Participants, if you have any query or clarification, kindly unmute your mic. You can ask questions to sir. Sir is available to take up your questions.
Good afternoon, sir.
Yeah, good afternoon, sir.
I'm Thirumurugan from Hero Secondary Engineering College, sir.
Yes, sir.
I have one doubt. What is the doubt means I have created the robot with using the Arduino. We want to file a design patent or utility patent. What is best, sir?
No, if it has an industrial application, or if a technology is involved in it, generally you can go for a patent application. So design application is restricted to only the design element. Say, for example, you are coming up with a new design for a mug or a cup kind of thing, or a cutlery. You have come up with a unique design. So then in that case, you can go for a design application. But where technology is involved, it is advisable you can go for a utility patent. There should be, if there is an use case or an application, industrial usage is there, or if there is an inventive step involved in it, then it is advisable to go for a patent application.
Thank you, sir.
Yeah.
The section is very wonderful, sir. Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
And avoid it, sir. Thank you, sir. Thank you.
Thank you.
Any other questions, participants? There is
Good afternoon, sir.
sir.
Good afternoon, sir.
Yeah, good afternoon, Gautam.
Sir, so this is Gautam from Trichy, sir.
Yes, sir.
Sir, for a little bit modification in the machining process, we can go for a utility patent. Is it, sir?
Modification of what is that?
In machining process, for example, in one machining process, we can add some of little bit modification in the tool and the other things. We can go for design pattern or utility pattern, sir.
No. First of all, you need to get an understanding about the prior art. Prior art study you have to do. So whether the technology is already protected, whether that process is already protected, that you need to study. Even if you go for the original technology developer might have taken these into this mind. Then only he might have filed a patent application. Generally, in writing a claims, what the researcher or patent agent will do is they will not allow for any small changes, iterations that will also be covered, so that anyone cannot play around and make a new invention, right? So that will be taken care in the claims initially developed by the technology developer.
Yes,
right? So it's always advisable to go for a prior art search, understand what is the protection, what is the level of protection that is claimed in the particular machinery. Then you come up with changes.
Yes, sir.
Then you can go for a patent application.
Okay, sir. Thank you, sir.
Yeah, got it? Yeah, thank you.
So there is a question on the chat box, sir. Step-by-step process of patent filing. Can you just briefly tell that step-by-step? Someone asked the step-by-step process for patent filing.
Patent filing process is initially it starts with a prior art search. So initially you go and tell initially the patent expert or the patent attorney, they'll be getting an invention disclosure form from you. That is the first step. So you need to tell them what is the technology that I'm interested in getting a grant. So you will disclose whatever technology that you have. Am I audible?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Is there any disturbance?
No, sir.
Okay. So initially through this invention disclosure form, the patent attorney will get information related to your technology or information related to the invention that you're going to file a patent application. So through this, he will come to know about the technology. Then the patent attorney will go for a prior art search. He will suggest these are the prior art search available, and whether you are interested to go ahead and take this further. So if there is an inventive step, if it is very unique to whatever it is already available in the domain, then it can be taken ahead for filing a patent application. So in that case, initially a provisional application or a complete specification is filed, and after that it will be published, to get reviewers comment, to get feedback from the public. Anyone can oppose, stating that this is the one that I am working on, and this I have already patented this technology. So that will be got from the public. The opposition will be got from the public related to the technology. So for this, the comment should come from the inventor, should give reply to whatever opposition is coming up from the common public or from other researcher or from other patentee. That will be taken care, and it should be addressed by the researcher that who is interesting in going ahead with filing an application. So that should be taken care. Then once that is done, it will be examined. A request for examination should be there, should be filed. It should be examined, and based on the further comments and reply from the individual inventor, it will be granted or it can be rejected. So this is the entire step. It happens. The time period is around 2.5 to 3 years. The minimum time is 2.5 years. So this is how generally the patenting process is done to any patent attorney.
Okay, sir. Thank you, sir. Thank you. Dear participants, if you have any query, we can continue. Or otherwise, we will go for the photo session and then we can wind up the session. If you have any query, kindly unmute your mic and ask the question.
Feedback not open, sir.
Link is not opening. Okay, we will
Yes,
take
sir.
care. No issue. No issue. We will see that. I request all the participants to switch on their camera. We will have a screenshot session. I request all the participants, please switch on your camera for 1 or 2 seconds. Dear participants, switch on your camera. We will have a screenshot of the session. So requesting some more participants to switch on your camera, please. Just for a minute, we'll have a screenshot. Thank you all. Thank you all. So thank you, Ananda Sivaraj sir. Thank you very much for joining with us for today's session in spite of our busy schedule. On behalf of Murugappa for meeting and on behalf of all the participants, I extend our sincere thank you. Thank you very much, sir.
Thank you. I thank all the participants and organizers, for giving me this wonderful opportunity. And in case of any queries, you can always reach out to me.
Yes, sir.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you. Thanks a lot.
Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir.
Anand, bye, sir. We'll meet again. Thank you.
So dear participants, use the same link. We will check if there is any issue in the attendance link. We will check and inform you. It will be online. I think the link is working. Kindly check. You have to mark session date as a 5-2 and you have to mark session for Ananda Sivaraj session. Kindly check whether the attendance link is working.